Alright, so this is my management interview video presentation. So I have the PowerPoint up here, but if you can't really see it, I know you have the paper copy, so we'll just go along with that. So the person that I interviewed, his name is John McDermott. He is an insurance operator. He's like a vice president of branch operations at NAU County Insurance. The reason I know him is because he was my golf coach for a number of years. So I got in contact with him knowing that he's been a manager for 12 plus years now, and talked to him about some management questions. So the first thing I asked him about was his management style, and he told me his biggest thing was he likes to be a delegator. So he'll go around and basically, he'll delegate all the jobs to his employees. It kind of goes along with his motivational factors they talked about. So his big thing, he said, when it comes to delegating people is that he really knows his employees and he really cares about them. So he goes around every single morning and says good morning to everybody, and that kind of develops that relationship where he can kind of get to know them and get to know their strengths and their weaknesses, and that can help him delegate the assignments of the business to help them better achieve their goals. Also, when it comes to motivational factors, he talked a lot about surprises. So he likes to get his employees different gifts and different food. So he'll bring in donuts for meetings one day or various things such as that. But as the middle point says, when it comes to caring, he says that the biggest thing that motivates people is just knowing that their boss cares about them and he wants to have a relationship with them, and that helps them really kind of strive more to complete their goals, and they feel like they're doing it for a more purpose rather than just like a normal job. So the third point I have there is he did mention that money rewards are also a motivational factor. I feel like that one is fairly obvious, but just want to make sure that he mentioned that. I asked him what he loved about management, and the biggest thing he said was not only delegation. As I said before, he enjoys showing people what to do and delegating assignments, but he loves watching them succeed in the assignments that he gives them. So it brings him a lot of joy to kind of show his employees that they can do something and bring that level of success to the goals and the assignments that he gives them. I asked him if an employee was underperforming, what are some things that could help improve in performance in certain areas. So he said the first thing and the biggest thing is to set expectations. He makes sure that whenever he delegates an assignment to an employee, he wants to set their expectations so that they know exactly what they need to do and kind of the overall goals and the jobs in which to, so they know exactly what level their performance needs to be at. If for whatever reason an employee was not performing well and not meeting those expectations, he puts together what is commonly known in the business as a performance improvement plan, which is something where he can sit down with his employee and give them kind of an outline and say, listen, this is the expectation, you're not meeting these right now, so we need to sit down and figure out what are some ways we can improve your performance in these certain areas. And that seems to be probably the most beneficial way to improve an employee. When it comes to a manager, you're not only delegating, but you're also responsible partly for creating a good atmosphere in the environment, something where the workers can come and really feel like they can get a lot of work done and be productive and achieve those goals. So John talked about his main goal of creating a nice, open, relaxed environment. When they're stressed and they're uptight, it doesn't create a very good work environment and they don't get a lot of work done. So he really strives hard to create relationships with employees and bring in food and do all these different things to ultimately kind of lead to a more relaxed environment where they can come to work and feel safe and feel like they can really get stuff done. So when it comes to the relationships and getting stuff done, that really creates trust when you have this back and forth between your manager cares about you and he's creating this nice, open, relaxed environment. And that trust that can often lead to success when people are more productive and they can go into achieving their goals. So the managerial advice, I should backtrack. I asked him if somebody was going to become a manager, what kind of advice would you give them? And his big thing was empathy. So this kind of leads into, I guess, my next point, which would be some insightful moments I had. Is all about relationships. He talked a lot about. I know some managers are very very task driven. Your task specialist managers who are get the job done and get the goals done and improve the company. John took a more different approach, which is very more relational in creating the open environments. And so through having a good degree of empathy, you can start to get to know your employees and really it helps in every sense of the managing. And you can help delegate and you can develop trust that can lead to success. And then the final point was the delegation aspect and just knowing your employees more to create that environment can really lead to a lot of success. And in John's case, it has led to a lot of success as he's been a manager now for 12 years and he's well liked by his employees and their company has been very successful. So overall, I learned a lot about being a relational manager with John, and I think it was really cool to see just reading the manager book about all different ways of being a manager. It was cool that through actually talking to John, you could actually see a lot of those aspects kind of come to life and be in a lot of real life aspects. So I came away with some very insightful moments, and it was a good presentation. So thank you.